Hey everyone, Player versus Environment is here, and right now we'll be going to the exiled realm of Arborea, or TERA in short. Uh, for what you say, we are gonna be going for the first dungeon of that game, called the Bastion of Loc. It seems that our party is assembling. And we're ready to go. Ready to go inside. You can get the quests outside for some special interactable objects within this dungeon, but right now I do not have these quests, so maybe I will showcase them in some future runs of this dungeon, but then again, I'm not sure if I need to do that, simply because if you have these quests, just simply interact with the objects required, and there you go. There are weapon crates here, encrypted book, strange stone, stuff. If a quest requires you to do something with these objects, just interact with them, and there you go. But for now, as you can see, we've got a lot of bastards to kill. These Daemon assassins, they are not making our life easy. Let's just introduce them to our accident. One thing to note though, if you've just met the minimum gear requirement, which is 23 for this dungeon, maybe it would be better for you to hold out for a few levels, maybe level up to 21 or 22, get some better gear, because this, even though it is just the first dungeon of this game, can get challenging, so to speak, as bosses could be able to almost one-shot you and make a healer's job quite painful. So if you just hit 20, this is the minimum level for this dungeon, as well as your gear level has just hit 23, which is also the absolute minimum, which will allow you to queue for this dungeon. Maybe you would want to hold out for a little bit, get some better gear, which basically applies to other dungeons in this game. You would maybe want to have a little bit better gear than a minimum level for this dungeon, so to make it easier on your team. But anyway, up to you. If you prefer challenge, then why the hell not? Let's make these finder scrubs pay and just queue up and make them carry you. Don't blame me though if you get kicked from the party, because that's what you get if people do not want to carry you. Anyway, the dungeon is quite straightforward. There are a few optional rooms. Well, they may be required for you to complete your outside quests, but otherwise there are quite a few rooms that, where you don't really need to go to. Otherwise, and there are just a couple of bosses here. Both are quite spectacular, I mind you. But you will see all in due time as we're approaching the third room of this place. And you can see out there in the distance there is a door which is locked right now, and we cannot proceed here before we actually defeat the first boss. We have to, as soon as we clear up these minions here, we have to take a turn to the right and go towards the first mean bastard of this dungeon. They will just not let us through here until we defeat one of the badasses waiting for us. Okay guys, there's well, if you want to, we can clean these pesky demons here, and seriously, I love, this is what TERA excels in. It excels in fighting large groups of enemies. like these epic battles where I swing my axe, swing my Slayer's sword, swing. Well, you cannot really swing your staff at the enemies. You have to cast spells. But seriously, what I love about TERA is, first of all, of course, the looks of the characters here. Because seriously, if perfect women existed and I could pick, I would definitely pick one with the looks of these games' female characters. And the second one, of course, is the large-scale battles. Whenever you get to battle several dozens of minions at once, it just looks awesome and feels awesome. Yay, these guys just do not stand a chance against me. Let me pick up some charms, maybe that could be useful later. Interesting thing about the loot rules set by matchmaking system is that you do not get to roll on any green items as would normally happen in any other MMO. Here they're distributed by the round robin system, so everyone has its turn to pick up them. Sometimes it creates odd, at least they look odd to me, odd situations where someone more or less under here will join a dungeon and then it would be a drop suitable for them, but someone else will get it simply because of the round robin system. You will have to, and if that happens, you'll have to interact with your team, and quite often they're not exactly talkative. Like right now, as you have seen, I picked up that Ghost and Gull weapon for warriors here, and Sakaki always received. It's his turn to pick up the item. The next green item will go to Zeta, Octavia, the honey badgers. Actually, I'm not sure what place am I in the group, since obviously I do not appear on the group frame there. So I really don't know when's my turn. So anyway, that is something to be aware of, that green items are picked up in turns instead of rolling for them. Also, there is really no need to rush at them as soon as you see a green item, simply because it will go to whoever's turn it is. And anyway, we've reached the first boss. Here it is, some puny guy. Let's just take him down. I'm sure he's weak, right? Taste my axe, you scion mistress. That's not even a guy, actually. I've realized it's a girl. Who cares? You're some goddamn weak first boss, aren't you? Just take my axe in full, and oh my god, the Soul Crusher approaches. What could that possibly mean? Oh crap. What the hell is this rocky thing, huh? What is it? Looks like, not sure what it reminds me of. And where is its front anyway? I guess this red thing is his eye or something. Immediately knocks, get knocked down. Can you even? Well, for all its size, it really could have made him better legs. His body is kinda much bigger than his platform. Okay, he's got a couple of interesting AoE attacks as well as he can jump around. For example, you see his personal fire damage and AoE here, which you can actually block as soon as you see it affecting you, and if you have any blocking skills, you can easily block it off. But of course, if it's only an effective would only be effective if you do it in time, like if you place your defensive skill as soon as you notice a lead being used on you. It doesn't make much sense if you block it at its last tick. So something to keep in mind. Sorry for being a little bit distracted here, but you know, I'm getting owned, kinda. Like as you can see right now, I'm blocking this fire attack completely. And at the same time, these guys about to fall, 1% left, and he goes down, but not before playing this little cutscene. And what will it show us? It will actually show us that the door which was previously blocking our progress is now open. We managed to dispel that seal that was keeping it closed. I've got this sinistral plate here goes for Lancer and Berserker, like myself. Since there is no Lancer and we've got Warrior tanking, I'm picking it up. Usually this guy drops 1 or 2 items, sometimes it may be 3, it's completely at random. Notice how you cannot roll on any rare items and above which you cannot use. If nobody who can use them rolls, then they are randomly distributed. This is also something to keep in mind about the loot rules that apply whenever you search for a party through the group finder. If you make up the party yourself, then of course you can set any loot rules you want. But otherwise, you will have to do with whatever imposed on you by the computers. Alright, this load of demons has respawned. Let us have fun with them. Woo! So much damage, This is seriously something to like about this game. These large-scale battles are simply awesome. I enjoy seeing all these numbers. It is, I don't know. This is a feeling that I cannot explain. Why the hell do I like it? No idea. But anyway, we are back to this initially 3rd room of this dungeon, and now the door is open. Let's make our way deeper into the instance and see what it has prepared for us. But anyway, since this is being an introductory dungeon, the trash fights, yes, these guys are usually referred to as trash mobs or simply as trash, so the trash fights are not hard at all. And, well, basically you can do this dungeon as 4 people without a tank. You would probably still need a healer because the bosses can hurt you quite a lot. But in case if someone drops out, for example a single PS or a tank, you can still pretty much finish it. So do not give up, just give it your all. You will accomplish the goal, that's for sure. Anyway, in the meantime, it seems that all these guys are happy to see us here, so let's put them out of their misery. Explain to them that whenever you're not happy to see a berserker, you die. That's the simple rule I've got set. Everyone should greet me with a smile. Otherwise, well, you will have a whole new crack in your body, inflicted with this awesome axe I have. Man, this girl, seriously, she is mwah. I would hug her and give her a hug right now, if I could. If only she wasn't unreal. Oh my god, what is this? There's a fence blocking our advance. What can we do about it? Well, basically we can just break it, I guess. More pesky demons are waiting for us here. Let's spin for the win, bros. Spin for the win. Nice to see a tank actually gathering all of them together. That makes it much easier to AoE them. A lot of this, a huge part of this game is based on AoEs, taking stuff to the proper location. So this is where you learn all these basic stuff. So if you're just starting out, make sure to follow this simple tier 3. Yeah, if only I got myself another tier 3 chest, because I needed to enchant my halberd here. I had 7 chests, well actually 8 now, but I failed my enchanting process 3 times. It's really not fair how often it can fail when there is only one step left. So I'm still stuck with my +5 halberd. And while I was talking about all that and how unfortunate I am with enchanting, we've made it through this long passageway and are slowly but surely approaching the last boss of the dungeon. One thing to note, and in an interesting mechanic, is that whenever you engage the boss without clearing the nearby rooms of the trash, of the smaller mobs, you will have to face all of them together, because for some reason they will come to aid the boss. So whenever you are about to engage the boss, make sure you've cleaned the nearby rooms, otherwise you may be facing more than you can handle. And unless you are you enjoy some ass spanking, I would assume you not want that to happen. So make sure to kill all the trash you can kill. This northern room, unless you have a quest to complete, doesn't contain anything useful. If I'm to ever showcase the quests involving this Bastion of Loc, I will be sure to go there. Otherwise, well, I'm just skipping it. Also, another thing I wanted to talk about is, of course, notice how I'm almost not getting any experience from this dungeon. The mobs take quite a while to kill here, and the experience is not all that good. So unless you have any quests here or any other reasons, which are not that many really, to kill all this trash, it's better if you avoid as many of them as you only can. It can really save you and your party a lot of time. And basically, the reason to do these dungeons is the only reason to do these dungeons is for the loot. Let's work on these guys. Well, they are already dead were already dead by the time I said we should work on them. So we are entering the last 2, I suppose, rooms. You can, of course, attack the boss almost right after you clean this room, but there is also another room a bit farther to the north, which you should definitely clear out before engaging the boss, unless you're absolutely certain to deal with all the mobs in that room as well as the boss at the same time. Or maybe you are in for some harder challenge. In this case, you might be willing to skip that room as well. Alright, these guys just do not stand a chance against me whatsoever. Oh, come on, I don't want any ethereal charms. There is an encrypted book here, but whenever you interact it without a quest, this is all you get. This book is written in a language that only the Locians can read. Unfortunately, I'm not proficient with that language, never studied it, never studied in any university outside of the Berserker school, so I am pretty silly here. Only know how to swing my axe as well as a little bit involved with tailoring. But aside from that, nothing much. Let's pick up some healing, whatever else we can. Whatever. Let us throw away this oversized locket. Don't really need it. Quite a few mobs here too. Let's deal with them in the best way we're capable of. Waves of these guys just fall. There is another interactable object here called Old Bookcase. Some more weapon crates if you need them. See, nothing can be done about them if you do not have a quest, so just ignore them if you don't need them. Well, now that every mob is cleaned up here, let us just go back and face the boss, which has quite some interesting behavioral mechanics here, and you will see them in just a few seconds as soon as he starts kicking our butts. He's surrounded by a few minion mobs, which should be dealt with by AoE them. So I managed to kill them all in a single blow. Oh my god. I had it debuff on me for a split second. My HP bar turned purple. So got some kind of a debuff on you. Monster is enraged. Whenever he runs like that, it means he's gonna jump. Yep, whenever you see the boss running quickly to one side of the room, well, it means he's gonna jump back. That's exactly what's been happening for the last few seconds. I'm out of MP, so it's time to stack some up. Well, but not before we dodge his jump here, because we do not to be squashed into a tiny little pancake. I'm pretty sure this guy there is heavy, right? Although it seems that my current party is pretty well geared, we will not be having any problems. But at the same time, I remind you that if you just hit level 20 and have the minimum required gear level, this might be challenging. At least when I first came into this dungeon, this guy with this attack, he just simply one-shot me. Simply one-shot. Also remember that if you're running low on stamina before the boss fight, it is a very good idea to put up a campfire and regenerate a little bit, because your fighting capabilities fall considerably when you are low on stamina. It's also a good idea to use some charms if you have them. So keep that in mind for these and future dungeons. Everybody jump back. Jump back. He falls down, only 40% left, and about 10% there is another mob. Yes, arrogant. I will handle it myself. When you see that Demon Binder comes in, he's not really a problem, at least not in this level of the dungeon. He casts a few spells, but it's still better to just finish off the main boss. And that's exactly what happens. Blood Strike was summoned for Lancer, and let's roll on it because we have no Lancers in the party, so it's fair for everyone to roll. This guy drops about 4 pieces of loot. The Honey Badgers won the roll. Vulcanite for Sorcerer Priest. Grizzly Greaves, that's definitely for me. And Blood Horn. That was for the priest, I suppose. Oh no, it was for the mystic. And Blood Shatter. Even 5 pieces of loot. That's pretty good, I'm telling you. Let's throw this Sanguine Charm away, pick up our Blood Shatter here. And the Twist of Misery as well. We'll be able to sell them for some gold. But anyway, guys, it was player versus environment. I remind you that my name is Flavored, and I've just completed the Bastion of Loc, the first introductory dungeon, you can call it that, of the exiled realm of Arborea, which is TERA in short. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe at youtube.com/dailypve. And I'll see you in my next video. Good luck, guys.